a t-shirt I used to wear at school when I was young. When I was a teenager in high school. When I was born, I was given two names. Gqebile, the known, and Zindziswa, the unknown. I believe to have created an understanding of Gqebile because she lived with me in my birth certificates, documents, and achievements. Zindziswa, a name I was given by my grandfather, who came from a strong artistic background, and denied by my father, who believed I could be better than becoming an artist. Sketch. The first time I got this sketch was the first and the last closer with traditional thing that I've ever done. I've never worn this sketch, but I've always been it. Let's get some lacy. Master Nilong Magi. Kwakuqala ngegqila iXhosa celebration elalingayakho yasekhaya ngasuka kanye angiphindanga. Who are you? No one has ever had the chance to explain or express or allow you to understand who you are. You were raised to be blocked. Something inside you is constantly saying, Nibitiwe, Nibitiwe, dead. You say no to this name, yet I was raised by the givers of the name. Today I listen to stories, identities, and I'm reminded that something about me has not been introduced. I then dig and dig to find where did I forget or lose it, because it felt like it was coming together when I was drawing those patterns of what one-sided narrative of who am I is. Struggling to unpack and find, how did I get that? What does that mean? Why are all these questions that keep coming, and I keep questioning, who is this? And seeing visions of told stories that introduce rhythms and rhymes and tunes of dances, and who is this? Trying to figure this out, I am reminded the stories still are in search of identity, and I run to the young and the old to listen to stories because something growing inside was forgotten. We are going to go inside, and inside there's an exhibition. There's a process, there are pictures, there are images. When you go inside, please take one picture and one name that is on the floor. Masingerana ngekhathi siyabona kunezithombe, kunemagama, kunezinto lezigcwele mabonzeni siyafunda. Nawungena ubuke phansi, thatha isithombe sinye negama linye. Lokho connecta nalo, angithi. And then you're just going to turn to the next person next to you. Let's just make sure that we can see the whole head stretching, Vicky and Frida. Find the person next to you, and then just have a few minutes to discuss what are your thoughts of the words. Where are the words taking you? Just the words. Singalaphathina siyakhuluma nabo siyadiscussa uthi amagama lawa athini siboneni kala magama angithi mina ngithi imvelaphi yami.
Words I chose were happy birthday, mainly because of the song, the birthday song we sang in the show for DCID. So it was a really wonderful song, and that was in Young at Home. So that's the reason I picked up those words. And as I continued to look at the words, I saw a more significant meaning, especially in relation to Young at Home, as Scripps allowed us to work with the elderly who have had many birthdays, and we were only young, and we got to learn from each other, a lot from each other, but most importantly, we had a lot of fun. That's about, yeah. Another reason I chose Happy Birthday is because I feel that we all deserve a happy birthday, and just saying happy birthday brings people closer. You can repair broken relationships with happy birthday, or destroy relationships without saying happy birthday. There's a lot of baggage that comes with those words, and that's why I picked that.
My perfect wedding. I remember last year when I get married. It was so nice. I wish it's that time now. I still remember that day I get married.
Ngichoose iHillbrow. iHillbrow ke sakhuluma ke nomama loya wathi masenze isondo, nathi masenze isondo bhetele, yena abe ngumfundisi, mina ndibe ngumama ndikwazi ukuthi ndihlabelele. iHillbrow yandishuzela into kokuba uthe kasikhuluma into zethu wabuza ukuthi ndandiphuma kuphi, amtshela ukuthi ndandiphuma eMdantsane, apho ndazalelwa kuTsolo, ezifama zakhona zaseMdantsane waseMonti. So ke ngoku ke ndathathwa ngumlungu wazondibeka apha. Ukundibeka kwakhe apha kanti yena uyahamba uya le phesheya. Wathi ke ukuhamba kwakhe phesheya mina ndasala nazohlala eHillbrow.
Because I've been living a life of other people where like I don't be myself but be someone else, and even at theater it was a place where you had to express yourself, but then I kept on holding myself back, feeling stuck that I just take a few of me and not everything, and finding this is very difficult because it's like taking a huge step that might make a lot of people go away from my life.
Ngikhulele ekhaya bekuthi ngabantu esihamba emgangela sidlala nabantwana abanye. Manje masebenza ngenza eHillbrow. Ngasuka bengihlala besidlala elokhuzeni kwaThabo Mbeki. Ngasuka kwaThabo Mbeki ngaya lapho kwahla khona. Ngasuka senza lapho eHillbrow.
So I chose why am I here because it is a constant question I ask myself. Like I find myself going to different places and being in different places at different times, but I still don't know why am I there. Should I be there or should I not be there? So why am I here? when I first saw the question, I knew that was the question, because like it's a question that I always ask myself everywhere I go. And I feel like I'm surrounded by people who have found their path, and I'm still stuck and I'm still searching for a journey. I don't know what it looks like or how it feels like. So that's why I chose Why Am I Here? Because I'm hoping on finding answers.
Amazing time. The reason why I felt sad is because I never see my mother's face for the past 14 years. That's the sad part of it. But the good part of it, like that makes me smile, is love, 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 love that I received from my mother. She was so supportive, like from the day one I lost the sight. So can you imagine? Okay, I also thinking, the love that she gave me, even if my ex and my girlfriend, not girlfriend, she doesn't give me the love that I receive from my mother. She's an amazing woman. Also, what reminds me is the show In My Mother's Home. Yeah, In My Mother's Home, it gave me a strength to tell my story. I mean, how I got blind and then how I coped.
The word I picked was Jamblut, which is a name that was given to a cow in one of the performances I was in called Young at Home. And I picked the word because it reminded me of myself. Because I remember calling out the name several times with no quick response. And that kind of showed me that this is actually how I am. I'm not quick to respond to someone else's command or rules because I believe that I myself am a ruler and I'm not fond to just following just like that. So that showed me that, in reflection of picking up that word, it showed me that at that time it was self-discovery while playing that character, which I wasn't aware of at that time, but now that I look back trying to go forward with who I am, it made me realize that actually I do behave like Uchamluti because I don't like being told where to go when I can see where I can go, where I can be, So, yeah, that's why I chose the word Uchamluti.
So basically, this is the main process where Zinziswa searches to understand, to find. Ne? And we're going to watch a small video that speaks back to what does she really do in the process. Ne? What happens with everything that we have said right now. Wait, if you guys can help me to just close the windows, the curtains, sorry. 2 minutes.
Watching the video and seeing how we used to make intergenerational work and how we made intergenerational work and the process and memories, what memories did it bring for you when we were making the shows and how we used to make the show. Benjani kubukela bogogo ishow nibone ukuthi besenda njani masenda show besenda njani ku rehearsal nokuthi kubuyise waphi ema-memory noma imicabango nanibuyele emuva niyobuka ukuthi sasenda njani ema-show.
Ukokudala usuthi uyayithanda ke ividiyo.
Uyayithanda ukokugidi ngizokupha ngokugeza. How was it, guys? How was seeing that process? How we do the work? How was that process? I'm starting with Brendan. I'm now forcing it. It's not coming, I'm forcing it.
I really enjoyed it. It's like I was there again. See, I even forgot I was here. I never saw myself a lot, but you know, I was there.
Sorry, Brendan, I'm feeling bad.
You were there.
Yeah, I was there in the background, but it's fine. The songs also. Most of the songs that I heard, I was not in those shows, but those songs are like, yo, they were nice. I wish I was in those shows also. I also saw how the video was also structured. You could see the beginning of a show, how it starts from like just a foundation, and then soon enough it grows into something bigger, and you see everyone moving like in unison and working together, and how people know their roles and what they've learned. That's what I enjoyed this.
Benjamin, ngibonile nawe.
Ngibonile nolokuza noma nolosileyo. Maqaba ngibonile. Ngibonile. Nabantwana besidlala nabo ngibonile bonke.
Bonke abantwana. How was it? You. Yeah.
Unfortunately, my subscriber is subscribing me from the beginning.
Okay, subscriber must come back. What did you mean?
Only songs, that's what I can say. No. Everything was organized here.
You could tell that everything was organized.
Yeah, that's what I can say for now. Unless till you organize a subscriber on your video, then I will take it.
I'll carry the subscriber next time. Last words, anyone? Uko?
Okay, now that hit differently. Seriously, because I don't remember half of this. Like, this happened when I was 10. Like, I'm like looking at myself, I'm like, when? Like, I don't remember. And that's the thing, like, I was about 10 years old then, and I'm like, it seems like something that never happened, but when I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, I really went through that. Like, wow. Yeah, that's what I just have to say. Like, wow.
Anyone else?
Jackson. Well done.
Cansada, sweating together, yes. Dancing to the music.
Dancing to the music.
Dancing to the music.
I enjoy watching the process of something, and that was amazing. And what I saw, like towards the end, was me. And my scene with Mr. Harry, it was wonderful, and I was tiny. Because everybody there was like bigger than me, and I was down there, and I enjoyed watching that. I always enjoy watching myself perform. Each and every time, it's always, I could have done better, but this time this was a long time ago, and I just see change from then and now. I'm still skinny, but that time I was so small that, like, I just enjoyed, I just reminisced a little bit, and I thank you for for letting me see that. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
I suppose there's a feeling of how do we archive and share that archive, and just hearing your responses, I feel that there's a responsibility to share this material, and we need to find a way of, and I've put a lot of it on YouTube, so please go there, but I think we need to keep celebrating this work and the memory of it, and that you can then show your children one day
How tiny you were.
how tiny you were, and yeah.
And it's going to make a difference, and it's going to show. What is it? Because everything is so relevant. I honestly did not know which two people. I tried to make sure that I'm taking things that everyone can see themselves and see how they are growing and how they are searching, and how, especially for people that have been to different productions, and see how they grew in those productions. And thank you so much for witnessing that. How old do you guys think this girl is? Now how many years? How old? 5 years. 20. 18 up to 90. You recognize her, you style say. Ne? 2 years. Wasn't Corona vintage then? So guys, this is my grandfather's gown. It's one of the things I found at home that belonged to my grandfather, and I was searching, what can I bring with me? Right, what then? Sure. And actually my mother gave it to me when I was telling her that I needed something that belonged to my grandfather. I don't know why she kept it, but now I have it. It's mine. As I said before, my grandfather gave me the name Zinziso, but I never got the chance to explore it and understand it. I am writing, I am navigating, and they are saying to me, Siyabuva. I am navigating in these old and young stories. I navigate through these navigations. There she is, understanding and listening, singing the songs of her forefathers that connected to who she is. She has reflected complexities, interactions, oppressions, freedoms, expressions of walls within blocked identities. You remember, guys, we chose image pictures, and I think we still remember the stories that we told with our papers. It's okay, you can bounce back to your thoughts. We are now going to perform in our own spaces then. So you look at that image, you think of what process went through that, what stories were being told there. Ne? How did they perform this? Did they sing, did they sing it? Did they dance it? Did they talk it? What was the story behind? If you want to go back to your own stories that you spoke about, it's fine. You are having productions, you are creating your own productions. Less than a minute. I mean, let's create these productions.
So, Masafi, just think, what story do you think when you look at it? Just what?
This could be like an intervention. Maybe she's sad and they are here to support her.
And that side? Mawucabanga benta story lo ngasakha lapho kabe ngisibe.
Let's start doing. Let's start taking out the stories, remembering social distancing. Let's think of different ways of performing.
And then I had to sing the wedding song.
Yeah.
My God. Konjelana ngoba lilihle. Lihle khumbula mse.
Lihle.
The towel.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yes.
Rodani Gerard. Let's do more. Let's do. 5 minutes left. Amen.
Ngithi ngizaphambula nazisa ukuthi uThixo ukhona ngaphakathi kwami. Amen. Umnyama, umhlophe, omncane, umdala. Amen. Ngatudumise igama lakhe. Amen. Awungithathe ngantolo futhi iculo lethu. Lizalisidinga lapho Thixo Nizozonkinhlanga zonke izishema ziluthembusindiso. Amen. Amen.
All right, the Jackson crew, yeah, you can come. Remember social distancing.
Because Ian said.
And action.
5, 6, 7, 8.
This is our first scene. Thank you.
The best.
Gerald.
Why is it so difficult to understand the unknown or the unusual? Why do I have to be specified into certain identity? Why can't I just be who I want to be? What brings about identity? Is it the shaping? Is it the structuring? Or is it the usual? that has been there before. I'm still trying to understand. What is this? Why can't we understand about the changes and the differences that come?
Okay, so we went with Vicky's.
She has started.
Yeah, we should do nice. Okay, so we went along with Vicky's picture. Her picture was more, well, there was no movement at all. So there were just people standing, yes, and I went with my picture like there were people moving. So I feel like her picture had confusion and all around, but something we had in common was that both our pictures had color. So I feel like color is the answer we need to So I feel like since both our pictures have color, I feel like it's what I guess we're gonna still find, what we are hoping to find, the questions, the answers we're gonna see, and yes.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. David. Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine.
Oh, great. Yeah. So, what have you been doing?
I've been playing snooker.
Oh, really? On the phone?
No.
Where have you been playing snooker?
Somewhere in Europe.
Whoa, can you take me there?
I'm coming very soon.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's our greatest show ever.
Amen. Who are we? We are black and white. Who are we? We are young and old. Amen. In Jesus, we are one.
Amen. 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 Amen.
But do we know who we are? Where we come from? Enveloped yet. Enveloped Yakoba.
Amen.
Enveloped Yakosis.
Amen.
Who are you?
Amen.
I am black. You are white. You are cream. You are brown.
Amen.
uJesu ngowethu sonke. Sonke singabaka Jesu. Amen bazalwane.
Amen.
Awuyithathe nomntolisi.
and for the stories to come together. And I have put together a short video again for you guys to realize and see the journey that I take for these stories to come together. I hope some of the things you realize and some of the things, it's things I do behind and in the forefront. And it's so there is me inside our process. What did you see? What did you see that you recognize about how I work with you guys? Either nibonile, then you recognize ukuthi nayo indlela lesisebenza ngayo manje. Sibone nazi la sihamba khona.
Well, what I saw is that you actually expressed yourself saying, I now know myself and this is who I am, this is where I'm going. On the clothes issue, I feel like, you see when you were wearing black, like when you are not wearing these clothes, I feel like these clothes are what people, okay, let's say, people that know you see you, like you remind them of the people who used to wear those clothes. Like, people see your grandfather in you, see your mother in you. So I feel like with those, because there was this part where the stage and you were wearing all black and your movement was like, and it was silent, that's the thing, it was silent. But when you wore those clothes, like there was color, yeah, it was black and white. It was black and white. There was color, there was sounds, yeah.
So I become alive in finding myself, in becoming. Also in the process. Is that what you guys are referring to, the process when I facilitate?
And the journey you like taking, there's this journey you like where it starts small and it grows into it.
That's what I do when I facilitate.
With your t-shirt, like the t-shirt, you move. This is you. Okay, I'm symbolizing things. When you're going up the stairs, you're coming into the light, then you take your t-shirt, you put it on. So that's the first process. And after taking it in, then you come in with the skirt, which is brighter and bigger than the t-shirt. Then you put it on. Then after that, okay, you fix yourself, and then you go straight to the what? To the gown, which is stylish and big. So it's bigger than the rest. Then when you put it on, you start realizing that it all works out. Even though how you face all odds, even though it's not working out, but then you find a way to make things work. So there are so many different, there's school, there's culture, and then there's, what's her word?
Envelope, yeah.
Envelope. And that's the envelope. So you use the knowledge from school, you use the brightness, which is color, and then you use the old. So you mix all those things up and you keep on producing good shows. And that dancing, that was the end of it. And then boom, the end of everything, everybody's singing, happy, and that's your production.
Yeah. In the body.
In the body.
Body, yeah.
Yeah. Don't. Oh, tata.
Yes. Masha.
So.
Utshengisa ukuthi ngikwendisa njani idrama, ngifundisa njani, ngenda njani.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ngitshengise.
Yeah. Lapha yasibuka pha. Lokhu
Masha. Yeah. Ngiyafuna. Ngiyasesha, ne? Ngiyasesha. Ngiyasesha Pitori. What's that?
True. What?
Show me. Yes.
Amen.
Oh, yes. Questions about your life, my life.
Ask questions about your life.
Yes, I talk about it.
I'll talk about it.
Yes, more questions, yes.
More questions.
Together we can.
Together.
Yeah, for the performance.
We'll put together for the performance.
You also.
You also.
How to express it.
How to express it in dance and music. Okay, because of time, we have just one last performance that we're going to watch and see how. Yes, Mr. Eddie? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because of time, we had to start by presenting our short scenes, which we should have presented them after watching this process of Zinziswa and when she becomes herself. But then now we're going to watch a short presentation or a short play that we put together during the coronavirus. This is because when it was the coronavirus, the facilitator could not continue with the process of In My Mother's Womb, but had to find a way of doing intergenerational work and creating a short digital presentation of In Her Silent Shoes She Walks. So bogogo manje sitawubukela ivideo lencane lesitshengisayo ukuthi masenda umsebenzi siwenda kanjani and sigcina kanjani siwendile siubona ukuthi nayi into yethu lesebe solo siyenda nayi product yethu. Le product lesiyende ngesikhathi kuyi coronavirus sayihlanganisa sayenda i-intergenerational work.
Rita bella wena, Rita pila amuna kapapa loya antate moya 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 malela moya moya. Moya, moya,
sikhathi sitholana sokwenza i-repeat angithi lesingakhonanga ukubamba ngalesa sikhathi ne thank you so much for coming and witnessing the repeat of what you capture ne it really means a lot. Thank you so much ne nani nyabonga Nokuya ngibona futhi ne ngicela nje umsebenzi wesikole uyakhombona ne ngokubona Surat hayi ngokuya ngibona after April May me come back.
April.
May.
Yeah.
Come back. May. Yeah.
May.
Ne? You were right. What was the celebration that I had? Yeah.